Like him or hate him, Mr. Bola Tinubu is now the president of Africa's most populous country, Nigeria. He was sworn in as the 16th president on May 29, 2023 by the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Critics call Mr. Tinubu Nigeria's selected president. His supporters dismiss that as ridiculous, arguing that no elections anywhere in the world are perfect, not even elections in the United States. The politically convoluted atmosphere today in Nigeria aside, Bola Tinubu is president. Elections are about the future. So, what future for Nigeria with the new man at the helm? My name is Divine Chamukong, and I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area.
It's the 29th of May, the day when Nigeria transitions from one administration to another every 4 years. The Eagle Square in Abuja is littered with security agencies and radiates beauty from the decorations and the colorful outfits of invited guests who await the arrival of the main actors of the day, the outgoing and incoming president. In attendance are the outgoing Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, former President Goodluck Jonathan, and former Head of State General Yakubu Gowon, Presidents of Ghana, Rwanda and South Africa, as well as government officials, federal lawmakers, royal fathers and state governors in whose states there will be no handover are all in attendance. The President-elect and his wife arrive and are received by the outgoing Secretary to the Government of the Federation. The arrival of President Muhammadu Buhari signifies the commencement of the event. Straight away, the Vice President-elect takes his oath of office, administered by the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Then comes the man of the moment, Senator Bola Tinubu, for his oath of office.
I, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do solemnly swear.
The national and defense flags are lowered.
Night Africa.
Have you been to Nigeria? Every Nigerian lives in a mini prison. There are walls, not fences. 10-foot wall with barbed wires. And then you tell me they are doing well? You can't even come out in your neighborhood and take a walk. The whole place is physically depressing. Trash. Something, people talking about, Buhari, and what is his name? Tinubu did well in Lagos. And what is it? But again, in a culture of low expectations, where a lot of people are victims of their own limited environment, they have nothing to compare it with. Most of them migrate from their village to the city. So, I mean, it's a huge stride in their life. But when you go to Nigeria and go to Lagos, open gutter, covered with filth, not being cleaned. They may clean a little, Lakey or Victoria Island, whatever. But that's not Lagos. Lagos you're talking about is smaller than Dallas County. It's only 1,200 square miles. It's the smallest real estate in Nigeria. It's hardly the benefit of every Nigerian that lives there. Even though it's in the western part of Nigeria, it's the Yorubas. Physically, yes, but, there are more of ordinary Nigerian in Lagos than anywhere else. So anybody who has been the governor of Lagos State should be a symbol of Nigeria, because you have had to deal with everybody. But for Bola Tinubu, he is the most tribalistic, backward-thinking individual. Look, I wish him well. I don't live there. I have been out of that place for how many years? But because I still have family. But it comes down to who is going to deliver Nigeria. Who has that, inspiring personality, that when they speak to Nigerians, they are listening. The Nigerian leaders talk at Nigerians. When it suits them, they talk to Nigerians. They don't talk with Nigerians. Bola Tinubu, given the circumstances of how he has come to power, what he should do now is be a servant leader. He should in the next 100 days make trips to every zone in Nigeria and sit down and listen to them. What do you want? What do you guys want from me? I'm not a saint. I have stains, but I'm here as president. What do you expect from me? Forget the written documents put out to do it.
Ed, if this guy's been governor for Lagos twice, doesn't
how did he become governor? That doesn't matter. That doesn't count. Look, I can.
But the question I'm asking you is:
Yes.
does that serve as some sort of experience? And let's take the case of the
No.
United States. Ronald Reagan, who was governor of California before he became president of the United States.
Okay.
And George Bush.
Nigeria is not America. The way the American states are in fact, by their own constitution, they are nations. They are separate. So yes, you can be governor. It's a good political experience before you go to become president. But the Nigerian structure is not like the American structure. Okay. In Nigeria, only 37 people are important, the president and 36 governors. In fact, some of the governors are even, in fact, they're the reason Nigeria is backward, because the president, does what the president does. But these governors, they only have House of Assemblies. In the center, you have the House of Representatives and the Senate. In America, we have state Senate and state House of House of Representatives, and then the governor. And then our own state constitutions oftentimes takes what Nigerian states don't have constitutions. They drive whatever they do from what the Nigerian constitution agree. So the comparison of American governor to Nigerian governor is a misplaced comparison. The point is that for the people that have governed Nigeria since independence, maybe Zeke and Tafawa Balewa, who has had the only title of prime minister, none of them has actually spoken to Nigerians. None of them has actually sat down and said, you know what, I have the responsibility of advancing this country. I'm giving you the exchange rate. If you had 1 million naira in 1999 when Obasanjo came in, you almost had $12,000. And today, 24 years after civil rule, or still into civil rule, 1 million naira is $1,300. If you are an economist, or if you're somebody who deals with money, present value, future value, holding period, and you saw for I, you will see the computer will start blinking. You would have gone to Yaoundé and come back. You still will not calculate that rate of devaluation. So how many Nigerian presidents are talking about that? Because it has made the naira worthless. The purchasing power of the naira has been weakened. But then you still have Nigerians, again, a lot of them are ignorant of what it is they expect from their leaders. When they see their leaders, they're almost like begging them, seeing what it is the leaders are going to give them. And that is why the country has gone the way it has gone, because the Nigerians are not very critical people. When you're critical, doesn't mean you're criticizing. You're asking, can we do more? But when they see their leaders, they're almost like falling on the ground, begging, let the big guys step on them or touch them. America is not like that. I have met presidents, I've hosted them. When I see American president, I don't bow. I shake their hand, I look them straight in the eye. But if you see the Nigerian president, they want you to bow, you want to be humble. You can be humble, but you don't have to be timid. Timidity is part of the African thing. That is why you have these people in office, they stay there forever, because that people don't ask them questions. Let me tell you. No, let me finish. I'm the guest here. If Nigerian president is sick, who touches him? Who treats him? Not even Nigerian doctors. He goes to London. Do you know what that means for national security? You go into another country to go lay in bed in a sick hospital and have people poking at you, taking your blood, taking your picture, knowing everything about. If they wanna compromise you, they already have personal data about you. Any Nigerian leader who is what the name president should make the effort not to be treated abroad. Even if you have an illness, fly in the doctors. Find one military hospital in Abuja, make it the top hospital. Give the Nigerian doctors the opportunity to show what it is that they have. But no, any wealthy Nigerian, when they get sick, what they go abroad. Come on, are you going to tell me what?
At Okpa, you are a real estate expert in Dallas, Texas. If you were one of the advisors of the Nigerian president, Tinubu, what would you tell him?
You know, real estate is what I study, but you know, I know so many things, not because I am smarter than anybody, just because since I've been in America, I've been fortunate to be in many boards and commissions. You know, I have the records to prove it. If I were to be with Tinubu, I'll say, Mr. President, one thing you have to do, you have to earn the confidence of Nigerians. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to have to travel physically to if possible, within the next 100 days, see if you can go to every state in Nigeria and have a town hall meeting. Just sit there, don't speak to them, let people get on the microphone, 1 minute or 2 minutes, and say, what do you want? And have people record it. Then you can thank them for the audience, and then you go back and you sift through all that and come up with a policy. It's easy to sit down with some people and produce, just like the document, what is his name, Buhari produced about his accomplishment. Anybody who's either idiot or stupid will buy into those things. You go to Nigeria. I go to Nigeria every year, and I physically go. When I fly in, I drive by road because I want to feel what the people feel. You go to the market, you go to schools, you go to university. Go to University of Nigeria. The university that has the name of Nigeria in it, you will cry. Just nothing there. Then you go to University of Lagos or Ibadan. So what is the pride of the nation? It's not your mansion. I don't care about how big your house is or how many Rolls Royces you drive. It's about the public good. You know, the things that gives a country the prestige. You go to the airport. When you land in Lagos, there are no other airport. It's not the same Murtala Mohammed Airport. You know, over there, the immigration people are still writing people's, names, like they are reading when we were in elementary school. So what is it that the country has gained in 24 years if democracy is a panacea for economic development? Nigeria has not proven that it is. Because again, the singular example of the devaluation of Naira, by now the Naira should have gone from $12,000 it was in 1999, probably going to $20,000. Remember, when Obasanjo got in there, a few years, there was debt forgiven for Nigeria. Nigerian debt, some of them were forgiven, some of them were suspended, some of them were canceled. If you are in America, okay, when we do our credit reporting, when your debt is, canceled or forgiven, that means your credit score goes up. But in the case of a nation, the same thing. So your credibility to be able to attract quality loan and quality financing should improve. It has not improved in the case of Nigeria. When Buhari took over, Nigerian foreign debt was like $9 or $10 billion. When he left, it was 96. So how do you justify that? What was the money being borrowed for?
Tinubu, in his inaugural speech, said that the fact that you have peaceful transfer of power in Nigeria is a
that doesn't mean anything. Kenya has never had.
Why can't you give them that credit that instead of military tools,
Kenya is one African country. Kenya is one African country since independence. They have never had any military coup. So that doesn't mean anything. Look, you can transfer power. It's good they are doing it, but what does that do for the average Nigerian? Like my wife always asks me, what has that got to do with the price of bread? Democracy in Nigeria is about benevolence. It's about how benevolent the president or the governors are, because they are the executive of either the states and the nation. It's not about agency. When you have an agency democracy, then you have sort of delegated authorities to the various agencies of government to do the job they're supposed to do, and they don't have to do it to appease you or please you, provided what they are doing is good for the benefit of the people. But in the case of Nigeria, just like when what is his name? Rotimi Amechi, the Minister for Transport, when he went to the National Assembly, this is somebody who served under Buhari, he said, I am asking for this amount of money to build railroads. He didn't say my ministry. So you see how they personalize their role as if they own the country. That shouldn't be the case. When you go to Nigeria and see they are building a road, they put a sign and they put the name of the governor as if it's the governor's money. It is not the governor's money. If Tinubu want to be credible and depart from this nuisance, what he has to do is begin to talk about Nigeria, not about him. But he's not going to be, because the man is not intellectually rigorous. He has no intellectual vitality. He may have gotten to where he's gotten by the way he gotten to that place. I'm not jealous of him. I'm not envious of him. But I'm just saying, when you meet him, when you sit down with people who want to do the job, in America, we said it is the fire in the belly. Most Nigerian leaders don't have the fire in the belly. They are not convinced about what it is they are doing. If they go on the global stage, you almost want to puke, seeing them the way they speak, the way they cower to foreign leaders. And then when they go back home, they feel like this larger than life people because everybody worships them, everybody runs around them. Have you ever been to a governor's house in Nigeria? It's like a market. Then you ask yourself, what time do these people have to really think about something they're going to do for the country? If everybody is running over here wanting to see Your Excellency, Your Excellency, you have seen some of the things I've written. What is excellent about Your Excellency? Again, you don't have water system in Nigeria. Maybe you have a limited part of it in Abuja. No state in Nigeria has a water system. Now let's make the differentiation. Water system and water supply. They are two different things. So Nigeria, to say they are the giant of Africa, they have all these educated people, how come water, in a tropical country, you haven't been able to engineer it and process it to serve Nigerians? Nigerians still buy water from tanks.
But as you yourself see it up, Nigeria is a complex conglomeration of religious, ethnic competing forces. If you were the president of Nigeria, with all these problems that you truthfully laying out, where would you start?
When you start by speaking with the people.
Somebody's going to tell you that. Somebody's going to tell you that it's easy to sit on the sidelines and criticize. Where would you start if you were Tinubu?
No. If I were Tinubu, like I said it, if I were Tinubu, what I would do in the next 100 days in office, if he's physically able to do it, is to make sure he visits all the political zones and have a town hall meeting and really come out looking like a servant leader. Africans don't have servant leaders. Go over there and say, look, the election wasn't perfect. Maybe the court will turn around for against me, but right now, the all buck stops here. What do you want from me? What would you expect me to do? And then he should assure Nigerians that he's not going to go abroad for medical treatment. Let the Nigerian doctors take over treating their own political figures. It's a laughing joke or laughing matter that Nigeria says, we have the best doctors, but then there's no confidence of your political people to allow you to treat them. Can you imagine a president of America going to London for medical treatment? In fact, we will kick him out of office. We kick him out, but Nigerians don't have the shame. You go to London, you fly, and nobody knows how much this is costing the taxpayer. So all I'm just saying, Tinubu reverse those things. It's now Nigerians are all eyes on you, because after a while, they're going to forget about you. All eyes on you. Go against what your former people did. Even though Buhari may have anointed you, selected you, and you got selected and elected, I don't care. You now the captain of the ship. You're going to sell it. Your name is on that ship. The destination is how you want it to. Go and speak with Nigerians. Don't talk to Nigerians. Don't talk at Nigerians. Lower your ego. Lower this exaggerated importance you have as Jagbada or whatever they call you. Don't even, if I tell Nigerians, don't address you as Your Excellency, except if they write you an official letter. Let them call you Mr. President or Mr. Tinubu. Take pride in that. And don't overload your card with all this professor doctor. Tell Nigerians, please, let me do the job. If after 4 years, if I make it 4 years, or 8 years, if I make it 4 years, then you can say I'm excellent. But right now, let's hold off on this Your Excellency bullshit that they do to impress themselves. And at the end of the day, they're as empty as an empty barrel. Look, go to Nigeria.
You seem to lay the blame exclusively on the leadership. Here is what one American president said. That was John F. Kennedy. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. What are you, especially in the diaspora, what are you doing to invest, to deploy the knowledge, the experience that you've had in the United States, Europe, and elsewhere in Nigeria to bring Nigeria to the level that you